Previously on the GAA2, y'all. Alright, let's see if there's anything on the back of this sucker. Oh. Oh. What does that mean, though? Like, did the board fall down? I mean, I don't think somebody was climbing it and reached around the back side. Well, since he's about to call new witnesses, we should probably stop here. The witnesses. The toilet.
The toilet.
And now, back to the scene of the crime. Howdy guys, welcome back to Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve. Start playing from the saved game data. Let's frickin' go. Let's frickin' go. Oh man, oh god. Oh. He's the prosecutor. And now the prosecution would like calling new witnesses to the stand. Okay, so we're calling witnesses about this murder that happened in some room. Witnesses who saw the events unfold on the day in question. They didn't see crap, they heard it! So I've heard. Oh, I'm screaming already. They were mentioned in the previous testimony too, if you remember. Yeah, sort of. Yeah, the street sellers who heard the gunshot. Yes, heard. And went running it. Well, okay, they went running into the room. They saw the aftermath then. Jeez! Very well, lead the witnesses in. Lead those butt munches in. The defendant may step down from the witness stand. Thank God. Oh, look at him. Oh, classy as ever. Classy as ever, even as a defendant. Oh god, she's hot. Wait a minute, she's probably like 15 or something. Never mind. So, witnesses, state your names and occupations for the court. What? Is that your lip, or is that your tongue, or is that like some nebulous combination of both? I don't want to know. Names? We don't use names. Far too fancy for the likes of us. We're just free and easy. Sell what we like, live where we want to live. I don't know, Southern seems like... Have we seen this guy? I feel like I've seen this guy before. I give them all a vacant stare as they walk down Fresno and spin a few words into a verse for them. For $100. Ah. Would I be right in assuming that all three of you make your living by selling wares on the street? Everyone calls me gossip. I sell jaunty little tidbits to passers-by, you know? Jaunty little titbits? No! No, no, oh god, Got an absolute smasher for you, sir. Right up your ginnel it is. Ginnel? Don't know. 6 is the price, and not a penny less. Okay. Wait, you're actually trying to sell it to me now? Oh, come on, sir. Don't tell me you're not interested. Try the man. Give him the money and see what it is. Okay, that was very old fiscal Phoenix right there. Wait, even the judge? Oh, come on, dude. I can't do this. Wait, really? I did it? You won't forget it, sir. Now get your listening ears on. Is this gonna be important? Just between us, a young couple on Slate Street have just had twins. Oh? Did they do it by sleight of hand? Is that it? No, that's not it. It's gossip, isn't it? It wants to spread. But that bit's up to you and your mouth, of course. I've got more, you know. Want another juicy one? I get a juicy one. 6 a piece it is, if you're curious. I am curious, yes. About what's going on just under that fat bottom lip of yours. Namely that unusual bruise or whatever it is that's poking out from under your collar. Yeah, that's kind of weird. What about the next witness, then? What name do you go by, and what do you sell? Me, I'm Venus. That's what everyone calls me. Funny, innit? I sell these lovely little fireworks to all the local school kids. What? Oh, too much is happening at once here. Too much! Stop it! Somebody get a fire extinguisher! Oh, okay, that wasn't so bad. You weren't exaggerating with little. Do they actually sell? You'd get in trouble if they were big. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Second years can't get enough of my Venus firecrackers. Especially when I tell them that if they get 100 especially when I tell them if they get 100 they can blow up the school. That sounds like, oh god, what's that guy that plays in Fast and the Furious? He was in another movie called Joyride, and in that movie he does a girl's voice, and this voice on Do It For Her sounds just like him. I hate it. Not the most savory of ideas, young lady. What'd you say then, eh? Want to part with 6 for a pop? Well, I'll just take it off then, so what now? Wait, what? You want me to buy one? They're gonna make me buy one. Tell you what, I'll let you in on a little secret. If you get 100 of them, you could blow up the whole courtroom. Try the woman. Give her the money and see if she's right. Oh, this is great. Oh, man. Lovely stuff. Right then, this is something a bit extra. Just for you. The Venus special. Only 600 pence. Ugh. Well, how do we know the gunshot I heard wasn't one of these, then? Jeez! 600. It's 100 of my regular fireworks. Nothing little about that, is there? And there'd be nothing little about the punishment if I blew up the Old Bailey, either. Yeah. Well, at least there won't be many people here for it to affect. No. And the last witness, what name do you go by, and what do you sell? I'm a thinker, me. You think all sorts of thoughts. I think, therefore I am, therefore I think. Because I stand there on the street watching the world go on about me, they call me the Observator. The Observator. Get out of it, old man. Everyone calls you Sandwich, and you know it. What? Sandwich? So you don't actually sell anything. A problem shared is a problem had, as they say. I'll give advice, I do, and I think what it means. I can't make up my mind about this, boys. I don't actually sell anything now, come to think of it. Pity. No more purchases today, please. Well, we have quite a cast here, it seems. I tell ya. They conduct their business on Fresno Street from morning until night, my lord. It must be very exhausting. And always in the same place, directly adjacent to the crime scene. They're always adjacent to the crime scene, so the crime scene is always there. I see. And thus they heard the gunshot, I suppose. Not only that, but they very bravely ran inside to see what was going on and witnessed the crime. Well, I'll be danged, I thought, just between us. Venus de Milo, what am I to do? What a terrible thing I saw. That looks like Mikan's sprite that doesn't show up until late in her case. Well, I think here's a follow what we see is light and shadow playing with our eyes. Is any of it real? I ask myself that every day. Very well. The court will hear the formal testimony of these three witnesses now. You will describe in detail what you witnessed and heard at the time of the incident. The antecedent. Of course you're going first. The witness's account. I almost said it. We saw the whole thing from start to finish, we did. Everything from the moment they went in the building. What? It was less than a minute after the Reaper gone inside, we'd all heard a big bang. It seems to me that quick to talk is quick to walk. Gossip couldn't wait to go and see what happened. I ran into the room, and there he was, the Reaper, gun in hand, standing over the dead body. Wait. I wanted to make a Scott the Woz reference there, but I don't even know, I've never seen one of his videos, so... I was scared to have death me, so I ran off to find a copper. Like a penny, you know, a copper? No, that's not funny. These witnesses were there the whole day and saw everything. Who did they see going inside the building? Only the victim, Inspector Gregson, and the accused, Barack Van Zeeks. I've seen pictures of that Reaper in the paper. I know what he looks like. And just between us, folk love stories like this. I've made myself a tidy sum already. But wait, the room was just one of several flats in the building. Someone from another flat could have done it, yeah. Oh, but no. All those flats on Fresno Street are unoccupied. Oh, hence the obscure rented room thing. Of course they are. They're small, damp, dirty, and expensive to boot. The room in which the inspector was found is the only property in the building that's currently leased. Now, sucks to be the owner of that place. And we know the leaseholder's name, don't we? It's Hugh Boone. The testimony the court has just heard would appear to leave little room for doubt. As always, it's becoming increasingly difficult to see how anyone other than the defendant could have committed this crime. No! Yes. Man. Thank you for your candor, my lord. Now, can I have some candy? Counsel for the defense, you may proceed to cross-examine the witnesses. I mean, there's no point, but go ahead. In a closed court like this without a jury, the judge is the only person whose opinion matters. It's kind of the only person whose opinion matters anyway. But yeah, at least if the last case was anything to go by. I have to break down this testimony somehow. Cross-examination, let's go. The witness's account. Okay, so I just recorded the Sky Kid video a little bit before this, and I had the hiccups in that video. That just completely messed up my voice, so sorry if I sound a little off today, but I tell you what, man. Witness's account, let's do it. We saw the whole thing from start to finish, we did. Everything from the moment they went in the building. Okay, let's start pressing, baby. Let's start punching. When you say they, who do you mean exactly? I'm using proper pronouns here, come on in. No. Inspector Gregson and defendant Lord Van Zeeks. I suppose so. The likes of us don't know the names of the high and mighty. But I'll tell you one thing. It was the old Reaper that went in last, that's for sure and certain. Wait, is there something on my shoulder? Was that always there? What is that? Oh my god! There's no way that was always there. I bet it was, though. Oh my god, dude. Just behind the Inspector Gregson? Did they arrive at the same time as each other? No, not at all. I don't know, my voice has changed, I kinda like it. The first fella must have gone inside a good 15 minutes before we heard that gunshot. The victim arrived 15 minutes before? Are you sure about that? Am I sure? Am I sure? Oh, does it seem likely that I'd forgotten a fella with a bright red hair like that? Oh! Okay. Yeah, his hair really were red, weren't it? Redder than my flaming fireworks, even. That fiery red mop's still burnt on the inside of my eyelids, it is. Wait a minute. You're saying the man was a redhead? Well, we found a red wig at the scene, so maybe Holmes wasn't there then? I don't know. So, weren't you listening to him? Well, he was a redhead, and he had a big trunk with him as well. But Inspector Gregson's hair isn't red, not by any stretch of the imagination. Seems likely that the person you saw wasn't in fact Inspector Gregson at all, but some other third party. Oh no. No. I hate to break it to you, but the witnesses are correct. Because I saw it too. I was there, having noodles across the street. Just have a look at this photograph of the victim taken at the scene. Oh no. Oh, why was... Oh, jeez, man. Oh. Was this like a secret place where only redheads were allowed to go? Maybe more people were coming here? Oh, maybe he's wearing the wig so he wouldn't be recognized, actually. That's probably what it is. But then there was like the whole redhead squad thing. Oh, man. Of course. We saw one on the floor when we investigated the scene, didn't we? Yeah, glad you caught up. I still refuse to believe Inspector Gregson wore a hairpiece, though. So why on earth would he have been wearing something like that? Something like that. That's the name of a country song I used to sing in karaoke. The color does seem to suit the man, one might say. Actually, not really. And it wouldn't suit you either, so don't even think about it. The photograph will be submitted as evidence, please, counsel. I'd kind of like to look at that again. I didn't really look at anything else besides the hair. And what became of the trunk that the red-headed victim was supposedly carrying? Let's see here. God, it looks like he was handcuffed, but no, those are just the... What do you call those belts that they put on their collars or the end of their sleeves? They're really cool looking, actually. Ah, a lot of blood there. Boy. Okay, I guess I've seen all we need to see there. I don't know. Wait, we got the fireworks in there too? When did that get in there? Venus Special Firecracker consisting of 100 smaller fireworks at 6 minutes each. What sort of bang could it make? I mean, let's maybe look here. I'm not seeing anything special here. I'm not seeing any cities or technology. A lot of life forms, though. What if, like, one of them has something on the end of it? I'm not seeing anything here. Usually it, like, highlights and something comes up. This might be really tricky to... Oh, there's the stem. Or the wick. Maybe John Wick would use these. Have you had an idea, Mr. Naruhodo? You're staring at the end of the string of fireworks. Sorry, I just needed to take a break from the trial for a second, that's all. It's just that it's the Venus Special. I was wondering what 600 pence worth of fireworks would sound like. Oh, God. Shall we find out? What? But she said it could blow up the courtroom. No. Alright. That was a fairly sizable bang. Oh, they did it! My ears are still ringing, Mr. Naruhodo. It sounded almost exactly like a gunshot. Yeah. There we go. I'm kind of glad we did that then. Okay. And what became of the trunk that the red-headed victim was supposedly carrying? I was informed that no trunk was found at the scene. What? Okay, that's weird. Well, what do you expect us to have been watching the building every second, do you? We definitely saw him in the dock going in, though. No question about that. Alright. It was less than a minute after the Reaper got inside. We all heard a big bang. Wait, go back. No, press that, go back. Use the D-pad. Huh. You're trying to use L and R to go around. Okay. By which, presumably, you mean the gunshot. Yep, this thing right here. That was the gunshot. I sell these little things, don't I? How would I know what a gunshot sounds like? They're making this way too obvious. I've always thought it probably sounds a bit like this, doesn't it? And you say that you heard the noise almost as soon as you saw the defendant here enter the building? That's right. It was almost straight away. Bang, it went. So if the other guy didn't enter till 15 minutes later, like, how could you think he did it? Well, he's the Reaper. Oh, wait, did it? Oh, they said he went in together, right? Yeah, my bad. Well, he's the Reaper, ain't he? That's what the French call a fait accompli. You're what the French call les incompetents. When the Reaper's around, people are going in the ground. I mean, that's what he does, ain't it? I think we get the message, yeah. We get the idea! Huh. The Reaper couldn't allow the Inspector to live after he discovered his secret hideout. There could be no clear motive for the crime. So, hypothetically, if they did go in together, though, like, he wouldn't have been trying to hide it from him at that point. He'd be showing it to him, right? Certainly an eminently credible move. Great. And at that point, you ran inside. Is that correct? Seems to me that quick to talk is quick to walk. Gossip couldn't wait to go and see what happened. Alright. Darn it, not a yawn. So when Gossip ran to see what happened, did you go too? Well, me, I'm a bit hampered, see. All the signs are that I can't move very well. You were way behind, presumably, with that sandwich board around your neck and that big sign in your hand. What a great burden you bear. Pardon me for asking, Mr. Sandwich? But is it possible you and I have met before? I'm telling you, man. But I'm telling you, man! I'm not anybody, me. The signs are what make me who I am now. I sign, therefore I am. I mean, I'm almost like, I feel like he kind of looks like that cop from that Rolo, or whatever his name was in Case 4 of the first game, but, like, no. Couldn't actually. But that guy was, like, half asleep all the time. I don't know. So you weren't employed as an omnibus driver just under a year ago? Oh, that's... okay. That's who it is. Shoot. I might be mistaken, but I believe his trembling has intensified, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, I agree. He's... oh, God. But he was the one who took the thing to the pawn shop. This is all in the first game again. But, yeah, the message that got intercepted from the government, like, he took it to the pawn shop to hide it there as a favor to this McGundle dude who was, like, crazy. Who looks like Willy Wonka. Turn out King Henry Street and the Black Widower's arms is just there. Oh, dear. You've made him hide behind his sign. Life is full of surprises. I ran into the room and there he was. Reaper, gun in hand, stand over the dead body. Okay, we got... this is probably going to be important. Probably, I say. So then you were the first person to arrive on the scene, is that right? That's how I was. Kicked the door open like a professional, I did, and yelled out, "What's going off here?" Ugh. But Van Zeke said he didn't hear anything, and then he turned around and suddenly... Lord Van Zeke said, oh, yeah. Oh, no, he heard a scream, that's right. Wow, I really gotta get my facts straight here. And was it dark inside the room? Oh, not dark at all. There were candles, bro. Uh-oh. And there was a fellow collapsed on the floor. Just between us, it's the first thing I noticed when I got inside. I see. Even though Lord Van Zeke claims not to have seen any such lights on the wall. Huh. Next thing I noticed was someone standing right beside the body. The accused, Barack Van Zeeks. That's right, the pale-faced Reaper himself. I was a little shocked, I won't deny it, but I'm no lily-livered coward. stood my ground and gave that Reaper a cold hard stare. Uh-oh. Is that what happened?
Excuse me.
Oh, damn. At least I caught it this time. Do you have something to add, Mr. Sandwich? This is the last two of these I didn't notice. I was going kind of slow because I thought if anybody's going to react, it's going to be on this one. Yeah, it's really nothing to me. I'm empty in the head I am. Just 2 slices with no middle. 2 pieces of bread. So I don't know what you could want with me. I think that maybe you just remembered something? Having heard Mr. Gossip's latest statement, I mean. What I think is, we're all nothings, really. We try to dress ourselves up as something else, but at the end of the day, we're all just street sellers. It's enough out of you, Sandwich. Keep your trap shut now. Unless you want us to make you into the real Sandwich. When he saw the Reaper, he fell clean over on his backside. That's it. Oh, you rotten beggar. I told you to keep that a secret. Ah. He screamed, he did. Screamed and scrambled off on all fours. He screamed. Okay. Okay. Thank God. That clears that up. Mr. Gossip, is this true? The floor was dead slippery, that's why. Planted my hand in a filthy pool of blood, didn't I? Oh, and that's how the hand... Well, I don't know. That might be how the handprint got on the board. But listen here, even when I was sprawled on the floor, I still kept giving that Reaper a cold hard stare. And don't you forget it. Let's just go back a little. Did you say you got blood on your hand? I did, Happens to the best of us at times, doesn't it? So I was scared, so I slipped over. We can keep it just between us, can't we? Yeah, and all the other people in here. No, Mr. Gossip, I'm going to have to ask you to add that information to your formal testimony! Oh, if I must, would you stop talking to me like that? The witness will amend his testimony to include the aforementioned details at once. Okay, he didn't have much to say about that, did he? He's like, oh, you're figuring it out. Good for you. Slipped over and got blood on my hand, so I quickly wiped it off on the floor. You did not! You did not! You did not. Here it is. There's a bloody handprint on the backside. Go! Let's do it. That's why it pays to examine your evidence. So you wiped off the blood from your hand on the floor of the room. Are you quite sure about that? Oh, maybe he thought it was the floor. The board was turned over, wasn't it? Well, what else do you expect me to have done, eh? Doesn't really matter.
Objection.
The police found no such handprint on the floor during their investigations. What exactly is the defense asserting? We got this, I hope. If you listen, you'll find out. Prosecutor Sogi. Oh, shoot! You're gonna start smack-talking him now? It's a little early for that, but okay. Certainly there was no bloody handprint found on the floor. Oh, I see. We haven't gotten to the part where I present the evidence yet. There was a handprint in blood left very clearly at the scene. On the back. He doesn't touch his sword anymore. He, like, puts his hands on his hips. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's different. He doesn't smile either. He's like, he means business. He knows he has to, though. Ah! Yes, indeed. Indisputed. Shut up, Star Fox. Indisputably handprint in the distinctive color of blood. Oh, you're dead right. That's my right hand. I'd know it anywhere. Ugh. Oh my gosh. Those are cool skirts she's got. The witness very definitely testified that he wiped his hand on the floor. Any handprints on the back of the board are irrelevant.
Objection.
Yeah, I guess they could have already been there from something else. Like, I don't know. Not if the board itself had fallen over onto the floor. In that case, it's quite possible for the witness's handprint to have ended up there. Just look at the floor plan of the room, you dummy. The notice board was in the opposite corner of the room as the victim, and in an upright position. Even if it had somehow been toppled and was lying on the floor at the time, and come undone, it would have been a considerable distance from the body. Unless this guy's just weird and walked 3 minutes before he realized he had blood on his hand. I fell over when I came across the body, so I was basically right next to the corpse, not on the other side of the room. In other words, the defense's assertion is contradictory. Yes, he is not phased at all. Oh my god, Ryunosuke. Frickin' standing. There's a very definite contradiction here. for which there must be a reason. I take it that you formulated a proper hypothesis, Counsel. Regarding this apparent discrepancy between the witness's account and the handprint found at the scene? I have, my lord. This discrepancy between the witness's account and the location of the handprint is explained by... Oh, crap. Is the answer here? Let me see, We've seen the notice board. I don't think another handprint would really explain that much. That was the first answer to jump out at me, but I don't know, though. There was not like another handprint here. Was there? Wait. I don't see one. Unless I'm blind. There would have been like another one on the floor. Shoot. Well... I mean, we're trying to explain why the handprint's all the way on the other side of the room, right? I think the board moving is the most likely option here. False testimony, it could be that, but that would get in really complicated. So you have to go back and remember everything that was said and which one was wrong, and I'm going to try the board moving. The real contradiction here is the handprint itself, not where it was found. As the court can see, it's upside down. Well, yeah, that's true too. Yeah, I guess you're right. I didn't even consider that. I thought that kind of went without saying, but yeah. If the witness had put his hand against the board, the fingers should be pointing upwards. What does that tell us? Only this tells one simple fact. When this handprint was made, the board must have been lying on the floor, as I previously suggested. Trying not to make that reference. Which means that after the incident, it must have been moved! What? Hot! Actual hero! You're claiming that somebody moved the notice board after the shooting. Then tell the court who. I don't know that yet. But the point is, I have one. When you consider all the testimony we've heard so far, we can now be very clear on one point. And that would be the position of the notice board at the time of the incident, my lord. Man. So, counsel, I must ask you to clarify your assertion for the court. Sure. At the time of the incident, where do you maintain the notice board was situated? I mean, probably right here, I guess.
Take that!
This is the only possible location. Immediately adjacent to the doorway? Don't tell me the hiccups are back. If I have to go downstairs and take peanut butter to this shit, I will do that. I will not hesitate! If the court will think back to the testimony given by the defendant earlier. He said that when he entered the room, it was dark. And he couldn't see the body. Well, wait a minute. Like, he couldn't see the body because the door would have blocked it, right? I don't know. Well, yeah, maybe. Oh, no. Am I going to have to get the peanut butter? If I hiccup one more time, I'm going to get peanut butter. By heck, if the notice board had been here, the body would have been... Oh, I see. I thought he meant, like, against the wall or something. Oh, yeah. But then if it fell, though, yeah. Didn't I say I was gonna... Okay, I'll give you one more chance. One more... Never mind, I'm going to get the peanut butter. I'm getting the fucking peanut butter. Jeez! Oh my god. This is not happening right now. Wait, what time are we at here? Okay, that's perfect. I'll be right back. Jeez! Okay, I'm back. Hopefully hiccup-free here. That is a really weird place to set a board. It's just so random. Ugh,
Objection!
Objection! But the accused also claims that the victim's body simply appeared before him. That's true. Or in his precise words. Just as I picked the firearm up to examine it, the door flew open and I heard a man scream. It was only then that the body of Inspector Gregson appeared before me. So he probably just didn't see it when he walked in. That's what I thought from the beginning, though. I don't know about calling it a scream, but he was talking about me and no mistake. Because it was me that kicked the door open. If you look again at the floor plan... Consider what would happen if the door to the room was thrown open with force. Ah, yeah, okay. Bam! Just like that. That can't. Oh, but yes. The door struck the notice board, knocking it over, and making the victim's body visible. Good gracious. Oh, man. My client has told nothing but the truth. He has simply described what he saw. Okay, see, the thing is, when he's, like, I pictured him as, like, walking over here or something, and then he would have been able to see it from there, but I guess if he stayed over here, he wouldn't have seen it. I don't know, that's weird, but okay. He has simply described what he saw. Or more like what he, oh, wow. Oh, first drop of sweat, huh? Oh, oh! Order! Counsel, how has this not come to light before now? After the incident, somebody must have righted the board and moved it. Into the position where the police, myself, and my colleagues saw it when investigating the room. Well, what else did they change? Did they bring that picture in there too? Witness, what have you to say for yourself? Oh, what? Me, my lord? Well, nothing. You and your fellows were there at the scene before anybody else. It goes without saying that you must know something about the position of the notice board. Witnesses in the stand will testify again. You will each explain exactly what you did upon arriving at the scene of the crime. Stop looking over your glasses at me. I get the message. Man. His eyes are all bulbous, like Samus's in Metroid Dread at that time. I don't know anything about that notice board. I just wiped my hand on it, that's all. Well, don't look at me. I ain't got a clue about it. I was doing business with some second years at the time. Huh? Second years? Okay. I don't know anything about anything. I'm just a bystander. Me, just a sign at the crossroads of life. It was that Reaper, I bet. He's got a face that screams bored. I can't see how this changes anything anyway. The detective still died when he heard the gunshots. Well, so none of you can elaborate further. Shaken by the crime they witnessed, and with only the light of a few candles and an oil lamp by which to see. We can't expect these witnesses to be able to give a more precise account of what happened. That's right, yeah. It don't pay to expect too much. It's man's endless quest for knowledge that's destroying the world. That's what I think. Nothing has caused the human race so much trouble as intelligence. Do you really? That's a quote from Rear Window. I've probably used it before. In any case, as this testimony shows, even if the notice board was moved by somebody following the incident, it makes no difference. When the gunshot rang out, the accused was the only person at the scene. Yeah, that's the problem, the timing of that gunshot, which is why we're going to have to bring up the firecrackers at some point. In short, the only person who could possibly have committed this crime is Baroque Van Zeeks. None of this wrangling over the board changes that simple fact. Quite so, quite so. Next bite, next bite. Does the defense still wish to cross-examine the witnesses despite the circumstances? No! I've changed my mind. I think I'm just going to go home. Very well, then you can go home, counsel. Wait, what? No, get back here. I'm gonna finish this up right, man. The mystery of the moving board. You just said we weren't talking about that anymore. I don't know anything about the notice board. I just wiped my hand on it, that's all. Okay. So you admit it, that was the board you wiped your bloody hand on. Admit it? What's to admit? It's their plain as day for all to see. Smash and print to my right hand. Perhaps you wanted to hide that handprint. So you righted the notice board and pushed it into the corner, did you? Oh. No, imagine the weight of that great lump. Do I look like a powerful and well-nurtured man? That thing does not look that heavy. Well, did you see anybody else moving the board? I got nerves of steel, I can tell you, but even I have my limits. There was a body on the floor in front of me, and the Grim Reaper himself standing over it. And there was precious little light inside either. My bottom lip was all a quiver. When is it not? In other words, this witness is unable to give definite testimony on that point. Send him home, then. Yeah, so it would seem. And then we have the butt lighter. The butt lighter. Well, don't look at me. I ain't got a clue about it. I was doing business with some second years.
Hold it!
What do you mean by that, I wonder? You weren't at school, right? When you say you were doing business with them, you mean you were selling them fireworks? Oh, just customers? Yeah, what else? There's a priory school around the corner, see? Oh, okay. Those cheeky little so-and-sos got a plan to blow their school to kingdom come. Oh, Finkel and Einhorn. So I've been telling on them, letting the teachers know what they're up to. Really? And yet you're still selling the fireworks to them? Like, Yeah, I wouldn't want anyone to get hurt, so I let the school know the kids are playing with the dodgy toys. Then, praise the Lord, the teachers take all the fireworks off of them. Oh, and you just get to make more of a... Oh, I see. Yep. Oh, everyone's happy. Everybody's free. Keep the big door open, everyone will come around. Of course, and sometimes the teachers give me a little bonus to thank me after letting them know. It's a busy old life selling explosives. Wow! Ugh. Venus is a guileful goddess indeed. Well, telling bare-faced lies is kind of my thing, really. I'm ever so good at it. Wait, what? Again? Again. Let's go, baby. Excuse me, something wrong, old man? I ain't that old. If I said it was, could we just leave it at that? Will that be the end of it? Wait, let me check the history. What did we just react to again? Telling barefaced lies is kind of my thing. I'm ever so good at it. Okay. So has she been lying in her testimony up to this point? Did Venus's statement somehow bring something to mind, perhaps? Philosophical thoughts. Deep philosophical thoughts. This is gonna be long and strenuous, isn't it? Let's just say there was a great liar. And that great liar said, without batting an eye, telling barefaced lies is kind of my thing. I'm ever so good at it. Would those words of hers be a lie too? Or the truth? In which case she's not a liar. Ah, he does bring up an interesting point. Oh, it's a hellish paradox, that one, don't you think? Well, the thing about liars is they can't lie all the time, not 100% of the time. Not entirely sure, to be honest. But it seems to me you're suggesting Miss Venus has been lying. Are you? Let's find out. Or not. What are you on about, old man? Trying to cause trouble, are you? Keep on like that. Now wrap your whole body in firecrackers and set them off. That'll give you something to tremble about. You have a startlingly disturbing mind behind that sweet and innocent face, young lady. You're telling me. So Miss Venus has lied in her testimony. Well, just because he said she did. Well, she said she did, too. Does he know something, though? No, he probably knows something. He said he was the last one in, right? So... Well, it means I'll be burning in hellfire for the rest of my days, so be it. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Shoot. Can you elaborate, please, sir? Huh. I don't think he wants to hear this. Oh, Blabbermouth here, headed for the room where the gunshot seemed to come from. But there was someone else who crept up the stairs behind him, too. Someone else? A fourth person? That's right, that rotten liar over there. Oh, she went up, too. I thought they said all three of them went in, but, yeah. Okay. Well, that leads us toward the possible gunshot was firecrackers thing. The thing is, the gunshot, they went up because they heard the gunshot, so that's what's weird about it. At least I think that's what happened. Did you say, what, did I miss something there? Do you mean to say that you did in fact betake yourself to the scene of the crime after all? Well, I guess so. What did I tell you, eh? Kiss! I said I was good at telling barefaced lies, didn't I? You're something else. Yeah, you mentioned it. Well, that revelation rocked the whole courtroom, didn't it? Who knew firecrackers packed such a punch? Well, incidentally, I'm recording this on July 14th, so we knew 10 days ago, and for some of us, just yesterday, apparently. So you did indeed visit the scene of the crime, did you, young lady? Good grief! Well, now you come to mention it. I suppose, perhaps. I do clearly remember climbing the stairs to the room, yeah. Did you just throw the match away? Either you clearly remember it, or you don't. Well, I shall consider a fitting punishment for this perjurious act later. Perjurious. For the time being, you will immediately amend your testimony to reflect the truth. Oh, yes, my lord, of course. Oh, man. Ugh. Maybe I did sneak along behind gossip and have a little peek into the room where it all happened. Okay. You make a habit of lying, do you, Miss Venus? Well, I suppose so. I don't really know, to be fair. If you want my advice, though, I take everything I say with a big pinch of salt. Garlic salt? Alright, but did you in fact go to the room where the victim was killed on the day in question, did you? Didn't you? Oh, please, as if I would. I can't think of anything more terrifying. The truth, please. Yes. Well, alright, just a bit then. I mean, a girl my age is curious about stuff, you know? Did you touch anything at the scene? Oh, please. As if I would. I mean, there was a dead body on the floor. The truth, please. He's getting insistent here. Well, alright, just a bit then. I'd had a look to see if there was anything I could say. Oh. So I did give the place a once-over, but it was nothing to write home about. I like how he pulls up the imaginary thing on his arm even though it's not there. It's because he's wearing the different outfit, that's why. Right, now I hesitate to ask, but... You didn't move the notice board by any chance, did you? Oh, please. As if I would touch anything like that. Just a few bits of loose change is all I have. The truth, please! With my eyes open this time. Stop matching your butt. Well, alright then. I thought there might be something worth having underneath it. So I blasted the flipping thing. Sorry, flipped the blasted thing. Oh. Wow. You're telling us that you did move that board. Yes, you did!
Yes, you did!
I think that did slip out, didn't it? What? You daft polymath? Oh. I don't believe it. The girl doesn't think. Oh, so did you find anything then? Something that you might have taken, perhaps? To sell? Oh, please, I should be so lucky. In my imagination... The truth now! I might have found this old pocket watch under the notes board, I suppose. Oh, no. Oh, yeah? What? So it was you, was it? You're the one who took it? Oh, it's his watch, isn't it? Young lady, may I remind you where you are? That watch there. That was a present to Inspector Gregson from the yard for a big case solved 10 years ago. Everything is all tied together, and yet I can't make hide or hair of it. Professor case, no doubt. The boss used to wind it up every evening without fail when he was waiting for us grub to come at the pub. I see. I swiped it off him once, and blimey was he upset. He gave me a right earful. Said he ain't missed a day in the last 10 years, polishing it and winding it. It meant the world to him, that watch did. Possibly not the best thing to go diving for, then. Well, it's not all that, though. I took it to Jabez's that night to ask how much it was worth, but the old dealer wouldn't touch it. Wouldn't give me a penny for it. Said it wasn't working. Knocked about and worthless, he called it. Oh, no. Just like the stopwatch or the watch in Castaway. Oh, I knew I should have lifted it. Oh, man. That watch must be submitted as evidence at once. Oh, please. Just so long as you promise to give it back when we're done. Wait, you might... wow. Not a chance. I'll swipe it from you if you try to get your grubby mitts on it again. That's enough. Hand the watch to the bailiff forthwith. You know, Southworth. Now, children, watch your manners. Good lord! Oh, man. More than likely it shattered when the inspector was shot. Doesn't tick anymore either. Like your heart pretty soon, Judge. Oh, I'm sorry. Which is why Jabez didn't want it. What a waste, eh? Don't you dare bring that up again. Yes, indeed, it appears to have stopped at the hour of 5. Oh. This again. Oh, this happened in, it was case 3 of Danganronpa 1. Exactly when the gunshot was heard then. Which supports the prosecution's claim. Massively supports it, yeah. Oh, boy. We need to examine that. Well, it would appear the mystery of the moving notice board has been solved at least. And as predicted, it had very little bearing on the case. I know. Now then, continue with your cross-examination, please, counsel. Is there any more cross-examination to do? I don't know anything about anything. I'm just a bystander and just a sign at the crossroads of life. I almost want to press some more of these, but I think we might have something here. So 5. I mean, the glass over the face really is badly cracked. Look. What a shame when the inspector clearly looked after it so carefully. I imagine Mr. Holmes could repair it, couldn't you? Don't you? Yeah, I should think so. He's very adept at— No, not again. Not again. We're not hiccuping again. I'm taking a drink. Right. Okay. Anything else here? Oh, there's like a little thing here. Is that where you wind it up? It's a tiny little keyhole here. Can you see? Do you think Kay's head thing could fit in there? Sorry, Virtue's Last Reward reference. Yeah, that's probably for the winder used to wind up the mechanism. Looks a little unusual, don't you think? Yes, do you need more peanut butter? You use this right key to wind it, I'd imagine. Oh, I feel as though I've seen something. Something a bit like a key that's about the right size to fit in this hole. Wait a minute. Yeah, wait a minute. Do we have something like that? I haven't looked at the evidence in a while. The other side. No! I am, aren't I? I'm gonna have to go get more peanut butter. There's a tiny little stub sticking out from this small hole here, look. I suppose there must have been a little knob or something on that for setting the time. In that case... Alright. Be right back. Oh, Lord have mercy. 2 times in one video? Seriously, man. Okay, I'm back. You know, while I was downstairs, I was thinking, I wonder if that little police doll that we found might be, like, the thing that he used to wind it up, because he would have had something like that. Probably broke when the incident occurred, didn't it? Yes, of course. Which could mean that there's a small part of the watch still at the scene. Maybe. Or perhaps we have it on us. Yeah, I think that's about it. Alright, let's look and see. Let me go to it and find out. Yeah, because we didn't really examine this. Top of the head. The helmet of this charming policeman appears to be a little worse for wear. I'm not convinced about the charming part, but yeah, you're right. The head part looks like it's been fairly heavily manhandled. Okay. Okay. Just be careful. Almost as if somebody has enjoyed twisting it around and around for fun. Shall we try twisting it around and around too? For fun. Well, of course. Oh. There it is. Appears to be some sort of key. But it's tiny, though. They probably expected you to look at this a lot sooner. Yeah. So what is it for, I wonder? Details of the policeman figurine. Okay. Alright, can we, like, put 2 and 2 together here? Like, that's... There it is. Miss Susanoo, do you think perhaps this key could be the key for Inspector Gregson's watch? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, so maybe this would have only happened if you had the watch. Let's try it at once. There's not a moment to lose. Put 2 and 2 together, baby. Normally you have to... Like, there's other games where you can do this. Was it a ghost trick or something let you do this? I knew it. A perfect fit. Well, I guess the Zero Escape did too. The inspector's watch has started going again. Oh, yeah. It's kind of like he... Oh, that's so good. Wait, so... Okay, so... Yeah. So that doesn't tell us anything about the time of the gunshot then. What is it, Miss Susanoo? Well, if the watch isn't actually broken after all, I have a feeling it could have profound implications. Yeah. Yes, it definitely could. If I just let this go, will it go to 501? I'm gonna wait and see. And I'm not even gonna edit this out, I'm just gonna leave it in. I wanna watch this go around. VIII. I always thought that was one of the weirdest looking Roman numerals. There's just so much there. 4 letters. It's like the only Roman numeral from 1 through 10 that takes 4 letters. Then eventually you have XIII. Wow, 2 of the worst Final Fantasies. Oh, it just stops. Oh. I guess we only wound it up for a minute's worth. She's deep in thought now. Perhaps I better start thinking deeply, too. Perhaps I should start now. You know, I haven't been doing enough to this point. Just only now. Okay, well, in that case, that updated the watch, didn't it? Let's make sure here. I wound up and started ticking again. Okay, great. Let me see, what all do we have here? Maybe I just sneak along handcuffs and have a little peek into the room where it all happened. I don't know anything about that there notice board, just wipe my hand on it, that's all. Okay, what did the rest of them say? Is that Reaper, I bet? He's got a face that screams bored. Can't see how this changes anything anyway. The detective still died when we heard the gunshot. I mean, that's not wrong. Yeah, honestly, I think this is probably it. Yeah. Yep, there we go. I'm afraid that's not necessarily the case. Oh. And that's all I could say was oh. At the scene, we found this key to the winder of the inspector's pocket watch. A key? Yeah. And having wound the pocket watch, we discovered that it in fact still works. It's a lucky thing we're allowed to do this here in the courtroom, you know. You see, the watch didn't stop because it was broken at all. And that fact completely undermines one of the most fundamental premises on which this entire case has been built. Yeah, I was worried about that when it came up, but yeah, we got rid of it real fast there. Order! Knock it off! But counsel, the watch was stopped at almost exactly 5 o'clock. Yeah, which is just when we heard that gunshot. It is exactly the hour. The time that was showing on the watch tells us nothing other than when it wound down. It's merely a coincidence that it happened to be at 5 o'clock.
Objection!
That is a bit of a coincidence, though, isn't it? Even if that's true, the 3 witnesses here all heard the gunshot at 5 o'clock. So that's obviously when this crime was committed.
Objection!
Oh, no, that doesn't hold. Please, please! Why not? We're both struggling so hard here. Recall what Inspector Lestrade said only moments ago. The boss used to wind it up every evening without fail when he was waiting for his grub to come in the pub. Said he hadn't missed a day in the last 10 years, polishing it and winding it. When they do flashbacks and stuff like this, I usually don't do the voices again because, like, we already heard it, so... Just kind of recapping. It's like me thinking about what she said. The victim was in the habit of winding his watch once a day, in the evening. You know, in the evening! We can reasonably assume, therefore, that he wound the timepiece on the evening before he died as well. Evening before he died? The evening before 5 o'clock? I don't think of evening until, like, 6 o'clock usually, but... anyway. But if that's the case, you wouldn't expect the watch to have completely wound down by 5 o'clock the following day. Oh! Well, how do you explain it, then? In summary, the evening before the day of the incident, when the gunshot rang out in that room, the inspector was already unable to wind his watch. Oh, I see what you're getting at. Yeah. You can't mean. What would stop a man winding his watch if he's been in the habit of winding it every single evening for 10 years? So that's why, okay, that's why I said evening, then. The obvious answer is that he was already dead. Oh, man. Order, counsel, that is a most extraordinary claim.
Objection!
Yeah, like who's to say? Extraordinary isn't the word, it's absurd. You claim he was already dead the night before? Do you really think that Scotland Yard's coroner would have overlooked something like that? Well, seeing as how they lost their coroner... on that subject, there was something rather surprising. There's actually an omission in the coroner's report. Ah. The time of death is not noted. Oh, that's... Really? Do we have that? Oh my god, do we have that? Wait, let me look. I'm sorry I keep going in here. I'm going in here every, like, 2 seconds. Because, like, I feel like I should have looked at that. Oh, it's right there, yeah. Well, we did look at this, but I guess I didn't notice that there was no time. If he was killed the night before, then none of the stuff that we've been doing leads us to anything. None of these witnesses have anything to do with it. Nothing they could say would have anything to do with it. If the gunshot they heard was just firecrackers, then this whole first part of the trial is like totally irrelevant. Wait a minute, you're forgetting that my legs went from under me when I kicked the door in. You're kicking in the car edition. What do you mean? Like I said, I planted my hand in a dirty gray puddle of blood. Yes. So the victim's blood hadn't dried. It was fresh. Yeah, that's a problem. I kind of thought about that. I didn't say anything. I did think it, though. He catches on fast, doesn't he? Doesn't he? But that blood could be explained in any number of ways. It could have been put there afterwards. Some fresh blood could have been poured over the victim's body. Oh. So that's pretty elaborate, but I could see somebody doing that. Does my learned friend think that fresh blood... Wait, you're calling me learned now? Oh. Yeah, I suppose you are. Fresh blood is available on every street corner. You really think that? No, maybe it wasn't blood. Have we tested that? Well, it needn't necessarily have been human blood, of course. Oh, God. We've been told previously that Scotland Yard has no way to identify blood as human. The problem is currently being researched. At present, you are correct. It is beyond our abilities. So then, a chicken's blood could have been used, for example, or a pig's blood. I feel like this came up. It's certainly a possibility that it wasn't the inspector's blood at all.
Objection!
But the gunshot was heard at 5 o'clock that afternoon. That's beyond question. Okay, here come the fireworks. What? Given that the time of death of the victim has already been called into question, it isn't beyond the realms of possibility that what these witnesses heard wasn't a gunshot at all. Oh, please, what are you trying to say? What? That's a know what we heard, and it was a loud bang that came from that there room. Now you listen to me, a street seller's ears are his livelihood. Where did you get that? I don't doubt your ears. Is this Francisco on Carmer's, like, grandfather or something? And maybe, like, he passed it down to her. How cool would that be? I don't doubt your ears, sir, but all you can state with certainty is that you heard a noise. Explain yourself to counsel. A noise that sounds like a gunshot could have been made with... Take
that!
Take that! Something like this. The culprit could have set off one of these to fake a gunshot. Good gracious! The very fireworks that are sold by the witness? Now hold on a minute. Are you saying I did it? Well, you could have been in on, like, maybe somebody paid you to do that. You know, and didn't tell you why. Maybe she didn't even know there was a body up there and she did it. I don't know. My pretty little firecrackers only make a little pop anyway, see? Yeah, but you have the big ones. Not 100 of them together. The Venus special that you sell for 600 pennies sounds like this. I just won. As the court can now attest, it sounds very much like a gunshot, in fact. You're trying to suggest that somebody set one of these fireworks off at the scene? I'm suggesting that... Well, okay, somebody could have bought the fireworks. Yeah, it doesn't have to be her that set them off. I'm suggesting that somebody knew the defendant was in the room at 5 that day, and sought to implicate him by creating a sound like a gunshot for these peddlers on Fresno Street to hear.
Objection!
A lot of objections today. Oh. But even the accused himself has testified that he saw no one else in the room at the time. Whether it was a gun or a firecracker, the only person present to cause that bang was Barack Van Zeeks. One whiff of a match and my firecrackers go pop. See? That's why people like him. How certain could they be where the sound came from? I fear for your fingers, young lady. Oh. I ain't even touching that one. Recently, during my time here in Britain, I've learned of a very useful invention indeed. Something called a time bomb. A time bomb. Are we? Yeah, a device that allows you to blow up whatever you like, whenever you like. Mr. Naruhodo, I worry that your unfortunate phrasing there may lead to yet another international incident. Ha! No, wait. Okay, no, never mind that. It's the whatever you like part that's important. A timed device. Yeah, all you gotta use is a cigarette. That's in Lost. Something of that nature could have been planted at the scene. A device that was able to produce the sound of a gunshot long after the culprit had left. How long are we talking here, though? Because a cigarette, I mean, that would be like 10 minutes. Your threat and claim will have to be substantiated with evidence, counsel. What proof do you have to suggest in any way that a time device was employed to create the gunshot sound? I didn't. Okay, hang on. Wait a minute. I'm looking at the candles for some reason. I don't think, though. There's a gun right there. Could it have been the candles? They were waiting for them to... Because that would explain why... Well, no, that would... I mean... So let's say the gunshot happened and blew off one of the candles and the other ones kept burning. You know, maybe... Oh, how long does it take a candle to burn, though? I'm not sure what else I could really use here. Plus, candles have fire on them, and that's kind of a big deal. Let's try it. As the court has already discussed, the tip of one of the candles in this candelabrum has been blown off. Indeed, because it was struck by the bullet, which presumably passed through the victim. I don't think that's possible, my lord. Oh, shoot. Not possible. Why? Because of the scorching. There are gunpowder scorch marks clearly visible on the broken candle. Oh man, there are. How well would those show up on wax, I wonder? I mean, I guess there's no reason they wouldn't. But there was also scorching on the victim around the bullet entry wound. So there would have had been two like gunshots then. That's right, there was. But as we heard earlier, scorching like that only occurs when the target is at very close range. It's funny they only brought that up just now. That's kind of weird. Which means that the scorching on the candle can't possibly be the result of a gunshot. Oh, is that what you're... Wait. What did they say? Oh, I see. So they are saying that it still was from the same bullet then. Huh. You're suggesting it came from the fireworks. I suppose that's possible. The fact that there's such a visible scorching on the candle. Yeah, if the sound starts going wonky here, I'm in like an hour and 12 minutes, so it's probably going to. I hate that, though. I'm going to try to find a good place to stop here. So I guess the fireworks must have been right next to it when they exploded. Or to put it another way, the candle and firecrackers were joined together. Yep. Oh, and then when it burns down, yep. Oh. And then the other candles just kept burning. There you go. I don't know why I didn't even think about that. The candle slowly burned down along with the other two. Until eventually it ignited the fuse of the firecrackers, generating a loud bang. Mystery solved. Yeah, mystery solved. This is where we're stopping. Next time on Phoenix Wright, the aftermath. See ya.